Fix the chat.
Perfect. Okay. Hey, everybody. It's Kathyrn and Leigh over here with Club Seacret. Thanks everybody for joining us. We would like to see where you're all calling in from. So if you want to pop in the chat, let us know where you're calling in from. And if you want to pop in the chat, I know summer's coming up. We're all about to be traveling. Me and Leigh are definitely going to be traveling. But we want to know where you guys are all going to be traveling to this summer. So pop where you're calling from and also pop in there where you're going to be traveling this summer. Or if you've recently taken a trip, let us know where you visited. All right, let me open up the chat and start calling out where everybody's from. Ola from, oh no, Aloha from Kauai. Maryland, Rick from Frisco, Texas, West Virginia, Aloha from Abe in Phoenix, Chicago, Philly, Orange County, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, ATL, Dominican Republic. Whoa, it says going to Washington, D.C., ATL, so Atlanta, Seattle, Singapore, and San Francisco. Holy moly. It's a lot of traveling. That's exciting. Ida said she just came back from Thailand. Yes, she did. Chicago, Alabama, Frisco. Guys, all over the place. This is exciting. Says going to the DR on the all agent trip. It's going to be so much fun. That property is amazing. And that location, oh my gosh, you cannot beat it. Let's see. Looks like the Chambers are traveling to Punta Cana and Aruba. Hey, we have someone coming in from Oahu, Jamaica, Alberta. Just came back from Atlanta, Texas, and California. Nice. We have Michigan, Colorado. We're going to give everybody a few more minutes and then we'll get started. We have Plano, Texas, Ohio, literally all over the place, you guys. That's why we love these calls, because we all get to come together, from all parts of the world. It's awesome.
Shane says Tampa, but currently in the Dominican Republic. Very nice.
Oh, yes. It says, I'm going to the Dead Sea this year. Ooh, I would love to go. Knoxville will be on the Punta Cana agent destination. Nice. Do we know how many people are going on that? I mean, I think there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the name. We'll have to find out the numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kim says she's going.
Hey. We have someone from Hungary. Yeah, says Lisa said, me too. I can't wait for the DR trip. Yeah, that's going to be such a fun trip. I wish I was going. Let's see, just came back from my getaway cruise, DR, Caribbean, Bahamas, St. Martin. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Says, are you two coming? No, we're not coming to the all agent trip. That's reserved for you awesome agents who have been out there working hard. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are, sorry, I have allergies and my whole face is itching. We are going to be walking you guys through some new features. I know we have not released this yet. Leigh is super excited. She's been hard at work getting this up for everybody. So we have a really fun announcement that you guys are the first to find out about. So we'll walk you through some new aspects of the Getaways, and also just do a refresher on some of the programs within the Getaways. So the cruise, the EU dine and stay, and just walk through some different aspects of the site and some of the new escape your ways as well. We have some really cool new trips up. So we have some exciting news and things to show you guys today. So Leigh, if you want to share
Sweet.
your.
You ready? Okay.
Yep.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I did go ahead and log into Club Seacret. I was just going to log into Getaway and show you straight from Getaway, but I literally just had this question because we moved over to the new site. Some people still aren't quite sure where to find Getaways. So now you can either scroll down your screen to right here where it says go to Getaway. If you want to read more about the Getaways, you can click on the image or the word. If you want to go straight into the Getaway site, you can click the button here. And then there's one other place that has these menus up here. We call these mega menus. The experience one has all of our travel options, and Getaways is there too. So this one will take you straight into the Getaway site. So that's where we're going to go so that you can see. It's logging us in. It just verifies us because this is our first site. Remember, we built Getaway first and it didn't verify me. So it said if I didn't do it. So here, let me do it this way. Go ahead and log in. It's only happening like this because I'm sharing my screen. Normally it works just fine. Anyway, so here we are. Everyone recognizes the Getaway site. So remember, the Getaway site is where you go to claim your Getaways or where you can see where you claimed them in the past. It's not a booking site. If you have already claimed one and you want to book, make sure and follow the directions on your voucher that explain, or there's also booking instructions at the bottoms of these pages, but you will have to go to a specific place to book that specific type of getaway. They're not all booked on the same site because we do have different vendors. So as you all know, we have resort options and cruise options, and we are asked all the time because we have these wonderful ways to be able to see the inventory for 7-night stay and for the now dine and stay unlimited. We're always asked if we can see the live inventory for cruises. Well, as of today, you can. So if you go to your cruise page, now we've added an option to see the live cruise inventory. You would just click that, read these instructions. These are very important because you're going to get to the page and then you're going to say, oh, wait, what do I do now? This tells you you're going to leave our site. You're going to that demo site. It's only for people to look at. It is not to book against, but it gives the instructions of how to log in here, and you just click your button, go on through. This page is also translated in all of our languages so everybody can see it. And then you just go over and you're not going to put anything here. You're going to go to sign in and you'll do your sign in with those credentials. Let's see if I did it right. Yep. Here, and then now you can go straight in and look at the inventory. It says shop. You're just looking. You're not booking. Don't try to call them and use this certificate because it clearly says this is the demo site, and they're going to go, is your name this is a demo site? So anyway, you will be able to I don't think any of these things like screen share because it's telling me waiting, but there we go. You can just go through and do all of the fun things. This is the actual site. This is a demo account, but it's the actual site. So it is live inventory. So now people can see and get educated on cruises before they choose them. So that's exciting to me. I get excited about little things, but anyway, so that is that. Let's get back over to our website because we wanted to show you, remember, we keep talking about it, but the Dine and Stay Unlimited is here. If you don't know about it, it's a really cool new option. So we used to have the EU hotels. This is similar in that it is European and, or sorry, it is properties in Europe and the UK. And I think there's one actual Dominican property in there, but the difference is you get one voucher and you can use it for an entire year. So all of our other options are you get a voucher and you can use them for one stay. This one is you get a voucher and you can use it over and over and over again, as many times as you wish for a year. And I even asked the vendor, I said, if I was very strategic, does that mean I could spend an entire year in Europe? And he said, yes, ma'am, you could. So here we go. Let's go stay in Europe. Kathyrn, you want to spend next year in Europe?
I know, I keep saying I'm just going to be camped out there in Europe all like 3 months straight, living the life. Yeah, and you guys literally dig through all these properties. There's a wide range of them, from hotels all the way through castles. Like, I'm seriously going to be pretending like I'm the queen living in these castles for a whole summer.
Right. And you can see here, this is our live inventory for that. So you can go in and see, it tells you. So remember, the caveat to this program is you don't pay for your stay. You get a stay for 2 people from 1 to 6 nights. You get to choose. And then, but you pay for, food and beverages at the property. So whichever property you choose, I just picked this one, will tell you how much that cost is. They do not force you to eat there, but this is, the offer does include those fees. So when you check out for however many nights you stay, that's what you'll pay. But anyway, very cool. You don't have to pay for your stay. So we have to eat. Everybody has to eat. So why not eat? They have some really cool restaurants, and you can read all about it too. So when you go in, I don't know if you remember this, you can click on this website. This is their actual websites. You can check out their restaurants and all their amenities and everything, before you book. And then the way this works is when you get your voucher, the very first time you put your voucher code in, it will have you register it to yourself. So you can't pass that voucher code around to all your family to use, and all of them go stay whenever they want. And it's assigned to you, so that you'll be the one who can use that to book the hotels. So.
And Leigh, I think the only major restriction we need to talk about is you can't have multiple bookings on the same dates. So it's not like I could book something in Sweden and in Paris and in, another location all on the same dates, because then it's like you're sharing this voucher with multiple people, and so it's not going to let you do that.
Right. It has to be consecutive, or yeah. And then let me go.
And Eddie did say that he spoke with the vendor as well, and that they are, most of the properties, as long as there's availability, they're willing to extend your stay. So if you were stayed there for your 6 nights and you were like, hey, I want to stay another 6 nights, as long as it's open, you're allowed to do that.
Very nice. So that would count just as another stay at that property. Yeah. Okay, so you want to talk about the new escapes?
Yeah, guys, we have some new really fun escapes. One of the major requests I get all the time are for safaris over in Africa. So we've partnered with a new vendor that is giving us a discounted rate for some really cool safaris. I think we have a couple loaded. Do we have more that we are going to be loading?
I have one in my back pocket, and then she said she's sending us some more, so we have more coming. Okay.
So we have a couple of different Africa options, and what she said that would be really fun for people is to, if you want to an extended vacation, which if you're going to Africa might as well, where you fly in to Cape Town, do this is it 4 nights, 5 nights in Cape Town? And it's $454 is where it starts at. And that includes tours all over Cape Town. That includes like a wine tour, all kinds of stuff. So she said that she would recommend going to Cape Town and then going on to do the safari. So then it's more of like a 2-week long vacation. Yeah, this is 5 days, 4 nights. And it's only $454 per person, which is very reasonable. And that includes, do you have an
Sorry.
itinerary in there? No, you're good.
Let me go back. Oh, sorry, I'm making everybody dizzy here. What were you asking?
If there's like an itinerary, just so that they can kind of see
Yes.
what's included.
So
Yeah.
here's the itinerary, build them into each trip so you can see what's included in, you know, if there's food included, if there's which tours are included.
Yeah.
And so those safaris are really cool. Like it's just a vehicle. It's a 6-person vehicle. So the Cape Town trip too is not, doesn't have to be a group. So this is no minimum. This one you can have 2 people or more. So you do not have to have a group for this one. For the safaris, they're all priced as a 6-person price. So if you have multiples of 6, they'll just, you know, split you up in different vehicles for the safari part. But that's how the pricing is packaged. That makes sense for those safari ones. But yeah, so your
Do you want to click on one of the safaris?
What's that?
Do you want to click on one of the safaris just so we can go to, okay.
Let me get there. Let me go back.
Yeah, these are so cool. I was so excited. I don't know if any of you guys know Jared Ojeda, but I was chatting with him. He had just came back from Thailand and he was like, oh my gosh, you know, our whole group was talking about how we want a safari next. And I was like, that is so weird. I'm sitting down with this vendor today and we're putting together some safari packages. So everybody, you know, is really requesting these, but it was funny that his whole group of 70 people that went to Thailand all wanted a safari. So, all right, so here's one of the safari options. And this one, let's see, I mean, there's tons that's included. So 7 days, 6 nights, and you go all over the place, but there's wildlife everywhere. And with some of these options, I know that she was saying that these hotels that you stay at, a lot of them are right there, like in the safari land. So you'll have animals that come up to your resort. So you could be eating breakfast and there'll be giraffes that wander up and stuff. So really, really cool experiences, even, you know, when you're not out on the safari, but even at your hotel. So just a really one of a kind type of experience. So these ones, what is it? It starts at like 1,600.
Yeah, try to put the pricing in here so you can see the ranges. It just depends on your dates, you know, with what the pricing is. So in between these dates, this is your different pricing for, you know, single people, children, and such. So anytime we have different, you know, a lot of different pricing. I will say the Cape Town one, we say it starts at 454. It doesn't go up more than that. Much more than that, but there are so many options. It was impossible to list them all because it really depends on which property you stay at because they give you a choice. So these are specific properties, these safari ones, but yeah, one of these has like breakfast with the hippos or something. It's really cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, such a cool experience. So we definitely are trying to get as many options out there for you guys as possible, just so that you can really experience the world. You know, we want to make everybody happy and give you a little bit of taste of everything around the world.
And this was one we added last week, right? The Maryville.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's out there now. So we have another Mexico option. I know people always ask about that.
Yeah. And that Maryville, just make sure that you guys notice that it is adults only. So it's at their adults only property, which is like if somebody wants to get together with a group, you know, it's definitely like a party property, but a very like classy party property. It's a ton of fun. But they have the pool parties and the foam parties and all that stuff, DJs, and you know, it's like very lively while you're there. So it's a cool experience as well. But just note that it's the adults only property.
Okay, anything else before
Anything
I
else on these
stop?
escapes,
Yeah.
Leigh?
I don't know any, these are our newest ones, and of course,
Are you
like this
frozen?
page is, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Maybe I'm frozen.
Hello. I can hear
Oh.
you. Can you hear me?
Oh, I couldn't hear you. You were just like frozen on the screen.
Oh, no. I'm sure it was a beautiful face I was frozen with too. That always happens. I was just saying, anything else before I stop sharing?
Oh yeah. I don't think so. I think that we're good. I just wanted to cover you know, those new options that we had and some of the new trips, and obviously the online cruise inventory, which is huge because we get asked about that literally every day. So spread the word, everybody. All right. So I think we have, well, me and Leigh do have an announcement for everybody. So moving forward, our club conversations are going to be geared, it's going to be a little bit different. It's not necessarily going to be club conversations. We're going to start doing a training. So we want to train on the website for all of the new agents. So if you guys have people that are signing up, any new agents, you know, direct them to our club calls, because we want to get everybody trained. We want all of the new people using the website. We want them to understand everything that's included so that they can kind of start on the right foot and just feel comfortable with their membership and what's included. So we're going to start doing that instead of the club conversations. If we have certain announcements, you know, we will put them out, and we'll be sharing the recordings and everything. So just check with your upline if there's anything that's super specific. But most of our announcements will also go out in like the agent briefs and in the all agent calls if it's anything super specific. But other than that, we're going to start doing just like a training call for all the new people. So just throwing that out there. Okay, so we are going to open up this up now for all of the questions that you guys might have for us. So we can start answering those. Pop them in the Q&A though, so that we can just be in one spot answering questions.
I'll start reading, and then you can we'll just piggyback. Some of these I think we answered as we were showing, but we'll touch on them again. So this is the previous site had a section called Marketplace and a section called Weeks, and both allowed you to look for a week, to book for a week. Both of these had phenomenal savings. I saved $800 for a booking in Phoenix for a week. It appears that both of these savings sections are no longer part of Club Seacret. Is this correct, or am I looking at the wrong place? So it's both. No, there is nothing. We don't have a marketplace on with this vendor, but there are weeks. You can still find weeks under the resorts. Those are like 7 nights, most of them. And then, but we say over and over again, there's going to be all kinds of things on there. They're not all inclusive properties, but if they are, our advice is always to check both the resorts and the hotel section, because the resort section, if you choose an all-inclusive property, doesn't necessarily include the all-inclusive fee, and you have to pay that separate once you get there. But if you want it included, look on the hotels section, because they will be included there. It's just two different ways of booking. Some people prefer one over the other, so there's both options, but we always want to just make sure everyone remembers, if you're looking for those all-inclusive packages, look on the hotels section, but you can find the weeks under resorts.
And that's resorts in the booking engine, not resorts on the Getaway. I get that. People ask me that all the time. So those are two totally different. So the Getaway is its own section entirely. So it's the resorts on the booking engine page. So when you click like the travel or whatever, and you have the hotels, the activities, all of that. Resorts is an option up at the top.
Good call out.
Yeah. Let's see. It says cruise getaway. So after looking how to tell a customer to book. So if they claim a cruise voucher, they'll get an email with their voucher and instructions. So they just need to follow the instructions. And that's true with any of the getaways. As soon as you claim a getaway, that's where it will identify what type of voucher to send you. And then you follow those directions in that email for all of those getaway options.
Yeah. And then it says, but we can daisy chain the dates together for Europe. Yes, you can do that. I got an easy one.
Often I don't see the hotel listed on escapes. How will we know the hotel? And that's because for some of these, you get to choose. So most of them are 4- and 5-star hotels. And then sometimes it might be a 3-star, but you'll have the option to say, no, I don't want to stay at that hotel, or yes, it just depends on the availability and the location. And a lot of times it depends on your group size for that availability, because maybe a 4- or 5-star place has availability for 30 people, but you're actually bringing 75. So then you need to either split it up or stay at a couple different spots. So that's why we don't list a hotel, because there could be a long list, but just know that most of the time it's 4- or 5-star. Are there other escapes with no minimum? So yeah, there's all of those river cruises that are the escapes. There's no minimum on those. Again, the Cape Town one is a no minimum. Are there other ones, Leigh? And we'll have escapes pop up now and then that are no minimums, that are like the traditional escapes. But we're really leaning more toward the escape your way, just because it gives people more flexibility on traveling, on group size, on just what fits their needs, rather than trying to fit everybody into a box of this one trip.
Right. For Miraval, is it all inclusive, or do you need to add that? It is all inclusive, and it's in the description on there. It says, so the only restriction is that is the all adult or adult only property, but it is an all inclusive stay. And I'll read another one. On escapes, it says 1 free spot for every 20 people. How does that work? So it's on some of them, so don't assume it's on all of them. So make sure you're reading the details on each escape your way. But those are there. And if you book up to 20 people or more, so if you have lots of 20, so 20, you get 1 free spot, 40, you get 2 free spots. What they do is they take the cost of that 1 free spot and they distribute it across the group. So everyone gets a little bit of a savings for their stay.
Yeah. This one says, what are the credentials to demo the 7-night getaway site? So you'll see the credentials, they're actually on the site. So if you go to 7nightstaygetaway.com, or when you're on the getaway site, if you click on see the inventory for the 7-night, when you get to that site, there's a little tab that says learn more. Click on learn more, and then the login details will be there for the demo site.
Yeah. And for all of these that you need to log into, just follow those instructions. Don't try to change the password. Don't try to take ownership of the site or of the certificate. Believe me, I get so many emails every day that says request to change password, and it's just people aren't reading. So make sure you're reading. Go read in 7 Night Stay, learn more. But on our getaway site, we do have those instructions. So before you just click, make sure you read a little bit, and it tells you exactly what to do. That way you can get in and you're not there wondering, now what? I don't have a voucher. I don't know how to do this. And then you spend 30 minutes on a phone call to customer care just to find out it was right there. So we're trying to give you as much access as we can in any way we can. I know it's a little cumbersome to log in and figure it all out, but at least we can see them. So we're just glad to be able to let you see them now.
This one says under resorts, I noticed that all-inclusive is mandatory for an extra cost. Is there anything for all-inclusive where prices are included? So this is what Leigh was talking about where, yeah, so the resorts show an awesome price, but that's usually just the stay. That doesn't include the all-inclusive price. So if you just go to the hotel tab that's on the booking engine and look for that same resort, that it will pull it up at an all-inclusive rate for 2 people. So sometimes it's a way easier to actually look under that hotels tab than the resorts tab. I actually prefer it because then it lists out exactly what I'm paying for the all-inclusive, and it includes 2 people. Okay. This one says, in the future, will there be options on the escapes to be no group? So if you travel a lot, you can travel with a group of friends. I mean, those, we will have some traditional type of escapes, but again, that's where that Cape Town trip comes into play. That's where the river cruises come in. Also, at some point, we're going to try to automate where we can fit people in that are individuals and want to go on escapes. So if there's escapes that are happening that are groups, we can fit them in with current groups that are going and see if that's a fit. Right now, we're really trying to automate that process because we don't have a process for that. So that's in the future. That will be coming soon.
Okay. I wanted to find out why the pricing on some of the escapes, such as Italy and Greece, and I think Israel too, have gone up since they were first posted. Please help us understand and manage expectations. So what happened was, no kidding, but really we've been working with these vendors to try to get all these contracts together and get all this stuff up for months. So when we got the pricing, it was, it was set, and then travel has gone up, travel increased overall, just the industry. So their prices did change. We do get a discount. Our members do get a discount. So what we did is we went ahead and put the price as what it is for 2023. It should not change again. But I mean, everything's subject to change, right? I mean, even everywhere we stay is subject to change, but we went ahead and put the price. And then once you talk to the tour guide, they will help you, understand the discount and what, and those are always starting prices because it depends on the date you want. It depends on which property you choose. Like Kathyrn was saying, a lot of them have options. So you can choose to stay at a lower star property if you'd like, or a higher star and pay more. So it's just so fluid that that we want you to be able to understand it, but they will go over all that with you and get you all those answers. But yes, it happened. We didn't realize it. And we reached out to the vendor and found out that the pricing did increase, almost right after we had already created all of the collateral and put it on the site. So we do not anticipate that happening again, but the expectation is always their trips and it's travel, and it just depends on availability, what's there, and that, everything's subject to change. So, but it shouldn't be as big of a change as we saw. So.
And some of them are set rates that we will get that will not change, where they have said it won't change, which, like the Thailand trip is a set rate. Those rates are not going to be changing right now. Now, maybe next year we'll have a new rate for 2024, but like the Thailand, the Dubai, Maryval, the Fives, those are pretty much set rates. The other ones, because it is such a wide range of hotels, so maybe they give a rate and that included like the lowest rate of a 4-star property. Those 4-star properties are booked up for the year. Now they only have the rate for the 5-star properties, you know, so those ones are subject to more of a change and kind of pricing that kind of could change here and there. But we do have some staple properties that have set rates that most likely will not change for the rest of this year, possibly in 2024, but we've already signed the contract for these rates to be set for those staple properties.
Yeah. Here's one that says, it's getting confusing on how to maneuver. When will the training start? Will this recording go out? So we'll a few things. We are going to start next month. Will be our beginning of training on the Club Seacret site. We'll do every month. That'll be something, you know, a couple of things we'll be touching on and really hone in on those programs. But right now in your back office, if you go to tools, there is a getaway section, and a lot of what we've gone over as far as how to claim or how to activate a cruise voucher, how to activate and search for the 7-night stays. And we have the 2 7-night stays where we had our original one and then we have our newest one. And then, you know, there's some videos there. We will be doing, you know, some new tutorials and get those a little bit more updated, but it's still basically the same concept. So those are there. And then we will upload this recording to, I think we can put a link on Facebook with where it's posted, and then we'll put it in the threads. I think it'll be ready tomorrow because it has to render and do all this fun stuff on our computers, but we'll get that posted. But yes, we'll start doing the recording. I'm going to start doing the trainings next month.
Yeah. Says for agents that have been on the 50/50 for a year, when will they be able to get their vouchers? That is not a me and Leigh question. That is, I think it's Eddie and Kaylee that manage that. That's more on like the sales side and your agent, you know, all of the agent benefits and everything. So that's not like for me and Leigh, that's not a Club Seacret specific question.
In the dine and stay getaways, when in the process will we pay for the breakfast and dinner? So that is at the property at the end of your stay. So that way they can assess how many days you stayed, how many people were there. And then if you purchased something extra or, you know, drank it up or something and you wanted, and you had, you know, something to add to it, it's all at the end of your stay. Okay, I'm not sure what this one is. Barbara, you say, do we have trips without single supplements? Might need a little bit more clarification on what that question is.
Yeah. So it says, just to make sure I'm giving accurate information, if a voucher was claimed on the old privileges site, those cannot be converted anymore, correct?
That's those old resort vouchers.
Oh, so the exchange. So if it's the old resort voucher, they can still exchange them, right?
Yes, you can exchange them for 7-night stays or dine and stay. You can exchange them for other resort options, but not cruises.
And if that is you and you fit in that category, you should have received an email. When was it? We were only going to open it for a month, but we wanted to give people the option because we realized that there were some people that didn't even realize that they got an email that said that they could exchange. So go back to your email from October and there's a link and instructions on how to exchange that voucher.
Yeah, and here's one for those of us that got a getaway when the program first launched in February of 22 and never claimed it. We are fine as far as the getaway doesn't disappear, correct? We were told that we never lost it if we never claimed it. So first of all, I applaud you for using the correct verbiage. I love it when people get so aggravated with me because I'm like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about claiming, activating, booking? So thank you for using the correct, yes, claiming. If you have not claimed your voucher, or a voucher, a getaway, you should be able to go to your Getaway site. So you log into Club Seacret, go to Getaway, and you can see that you have one available that you can still use. I will say we're trying to get the message through, but we are going to have some new Getaway rules that will come into play in the near future, where the points are not going to be, we call them a point. So when you have a Getaway available, we call it a points. If you had a pro pack, you have 3 points that you can use towards Getaways. So right now you can use them and go ahead and claim it when you're ready, but they are going to implement an expiration date. So it's not a just forever thing. So there will be a year, like once you've claimed it, you'll have once you've activated it, you'll have a year to go in and claim your Getaway. But once we put all those rules in place, you're going to know we're going to put new FAQs out and email announcements for anything that's different. But right now, just to remind people, we did have a recent change to Getaway, and there's an activation fee that we have put at the checkout. So once you go in and you claim your Getaway, you choose which one you want. When you go to checkout, you pay that $99 activation fee. That's what we're going to flip later to the beginning of the process. But right now it was just real simple to stick it in there. But every Getaway has that $99 fee. And then if there's anything additional that you need to pay, like if it's a cruise and you have to pay processing fees or port charges or government fees, all that's going to be done during your booking with the agent. So just look on the site. We're really descriptive on the site. If you'll look and see what's included, what is something you may need to pay additional, or if there's upgrades or any of those things. But try not to have any surprises for you. But yes, long answer to say, if you haven't claimed it, it's there, and then you can go get your vacation.
Yeah. Okay, Leigh, I think that we are out of time, but I want to have 1 or 2 people come on and give their testimonial. So if you guys have something that you absolutely love about Club Seacret that you want to tell everybody about, raise your hand and we will let you come on and tell the group what you love about Club Seacret and what you've used, and just share all the good news.
I'm looking for hands.
Yes, raise your hand.
Like not in person, on the okay, here, Ida. It should allow you. There you go.
Hey, Ida.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
Good, good.
We just got back from Thailand. It was amazing.
Awesome. What was your favorite part?
The excursion that they had there at Phuket, they had so many different things to see with the temples and going and feeding the elephants. I think the temples were probably my most favorite things. It was so beautiful just seeing how it looked like a beautiful gold palace when you walked in. And we could also see the monks, and they were in there off to the side chanting. And then there was another monk also doing some blessings. And it was just seeing the interaction of the culture that just set it apart from anything that I've ever experienced. And I think that was my most favorite part of it, was just seeing the true culture of a place that I've only imagined of.
That's awesome. Like, and that's the reason for going on these trips. You know, I always say it's like so that you guys can immerse yourself in the culture and just learn something new and see something totally different than your daily life. So that's awesome. I'm happy that you did that, and I'm happy that you enjoyed it.
That was great. Thank you guys so much for doing all this for us.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Well, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, we have one more, Willie Myers.
What's going on, everybody? How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. First of all, Leigh, Kathyrn, thank you guys very much for everything you guys are doing. My testimony is a little bit different. This was just a regular flight. This wasn't anything special. This wasn't a getaway or anything like that. More so of a quick business kind of, return trip home. But booked a return trip from Boston to Atlanta. When I went on Delta, it was $361.90. When I checked out through the Club Seacret app, it was $314.95. So I'm like, okay, cool, pretty good, discount. So I booked that one. But when I checked out, this was what kind of caught me. When I checked out, it was $297.75.
Oh,
And I've never seen that happen before.
yeah, me either.
So hey, just wanted to kind of let you guys know out there when you're booking out, you're about to check out. Don't be surprised if something changes a little bit different. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's thanks a
awesome.
lot.
Yeah, that's a nice surprise at checkout.
Right. Very
Yeah.
nice.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing.
We don't have any, oh, nope, we don't have any more hands right now. So I think we are good.
Okay, well, guys, keep an eye out for the announcement for the training next month. You all are welcome to join the training, but anybody that you know that's new, invite them. We really want to get people equipped and comfortable using the site and just give them a full understanding, of what's all offered. So join us next month, but keep an eye out for that announcement. So everybody have a good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next month.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.